All right, cheers.
Cheers.
A long cheers today.
They don't know about the kumbaya meetings we had this week.
Behind. Good look. 3.
You just put yourself on the map. They didn't look into your heart. They didn't look into your heart. They didn't look into my heart.
All I want to do is compete.
Without Jerry McNamara, we wouldn't have won 10 fucking games this year.
Because they came to whose house? But doggone it, ain't it good to be winners again in the ACC?
All right, guys, welcome back to Cuse Yourself podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Stacy.
All right, babe, what are we drinking today?
Today, I must admit, I'm still kind of on an upswing from yesterday. I had a couple beverages yesterday, so today we went kind of light. We're just doing from 6 Point Brewery a citrus jammer. It was a 12-pack of a variety of sours.
I think it's the last one in the fridge.
I think so, yeah, because the rest are
No longer.
working their way through my system.
Yeah.
So we're taking it nice and easy tonight with a citrus jammer from 6 Point.
We got another gift today.
We did. So kind of accompanying along with our beer, our dear friend Michelle gave us some Syracuse coasters to...
They're very sparkly.
Yeah, they are very sparkly. To have upon the Cuse Yourself table. I will try to set my beer down gently so that you don't hear bangs and clangs on the podcast. But yes,
I will
thank
try
you
to
so
set
much.
mine down on the square so that it doesn't
Oh, yeah, nice. Good.
go all over the place. I'll try not to tip yours again today.
But yeah, we appreciate you very much, Michelle. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Michelle. These are perfect. I love them.
Yeah.
They're great.
And then also, in our intro today, we kind of did some more of the Cuse Yourselfies.
Yep.
I threw it out on Facebook yesterday before the game started. I know we're not at home. You know, I'm sure there was some folks that were lucky enough to be at the game. But for the majority, because it was a Thursday night, a lot of us were watching from home. So we kind of put up a couple...
Keep talking.
Okay.
I'm just fixing.
We put up a couple selfies. My daughter had the eye black on.
Oh, yeah.
She was game time ready, and so we certainly appreciate that you guys also send us some, and we hope that we got all of them up there for you guys. So yeah, thank you so much. And,
Yeah, so those will be in the intro.
Yeah, those are fun.
You can also see we're a little far apart today. She didn't want to be that close to me.
He's a stinky boy.
It's for all this
Yeah.
beautifulness right here. Last week I put stuff on this screen, and her big fat head was blocking it.
It's
and nobody
full
could
of
see
smarts
anything.
and brains.
Sure.
Smarts and brains, because somehow they don't coincide.
Yeah, because everybody with smarts and brains would have said that sentence. But anyways, so that's why we're a little separated today. I didn't really need to be that close to her today anyways. Is that the intro? Is that all set?
Yes.
Check my notes. We're good?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I need notes today. So we're ready.
We're ready.
We had to play. We had a game.
Yeah. Hugs and kisses.
Roll it. And here we are. All right, so
There was a game last night.
there was a game. Many of you, I'm sure some of you, many of you who knows, watched. I did go Facebook Live yesterday, and I did say that we were going to have a podcast yesterday. We didn't because we rewatched the game.
Yeah.
So
And at 2:05 in the morning,
said I can't record
and
right now.
after a 12-pack and some other...
Yeah, recording wasn't in
Other
our
drinks.
best interest, so we
Yeah.
didn't record yesterday, and then today we worked and had the orange and white game, which will be in an upcoming podcast
Mm-hmm.
this week. We will talk about basketball. So, we're recording today, Friday. You will see this Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
So let's talk about the game. Positives.
Yes, there were some positives.
There were some positives. Let's talk about the positives. Am I supposed to go first?
Well, I can, just to kind of...
I don't even know
Because
what's
I
on
have,
the list.
I have the notebook near me. We rewatched the whole game.
We did.
We stopped kind of doing the clocking in the second half.
After the first half, yeah, stopped clocking plays.
But in the first half, on average, Tommy was given 3.4 seconds. 3.04 seconds.
3.04,
yeah. Sorry. 3.04 seconds on an average for the first half. So, I mean, that shows to me that the offensive line is improving.
Yes,
They
week
are
to
giving
week.
him, week to week, they are giving him more time. So that definitely, is going to help in future and all that.
They're doing a much better job week in and week out, and it's been a process. It's going to continue to be a process. But yesterday, I did say this on the live feed, and I've said this on social media. If you still, after yesterday, can say that our offensive line isn't doing a good job, you're not being genuine with yourself.
Yeah. Not only did he have, like I said, in the first half, the 3.04 average, but also throughout the game, there were no picks.
He threw no picks.
No picks,
His decision-making yesterday was way better than it has been.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of his rollouts, he threw the ball out of bounds and got it out of his hand. A couple of times, he did take some sacks.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, even then, though, the sack is better than the pick.
Right.
So,
Right.
it's a progression,
Mm-hmm.
and we're getting there. And, the offense...
We did go up against I think they're number 10 in the country.
Number 10 rush defense in the country.
Defense, yeah. So, I mean, yes.
There's no slouch defense we went against.
Right. But as far as Tommy had like a 74 completion percentage.
Yeah, went 29 of 39
Mm-hmm.
for 300 yards. And considering we went into the end of the first half with like 116 total yards, the second half was much better.
Right.
But all in all, Tommy played a good game.
Mm-hmm.
The offensive line played a great game. I'll tell you, for my money, the best game they've played all season.
Yes, if you pick apart every play, and we did, there were missed assignments.
Of course.
But you can't take 3 missed assignments throughout a half of a football game and equate that into...
They're horrible.
Right. And every game, I don't care if you're watching from Pop Warner to the Super Bowl, there's going to be missed assignments. There's going to be, we want our defense to be good against our offense. Guess what? So does the opposing team.
They're going to get plays.
Yeah,
they're going to make plays.
Yeah, if we cheer on our defense for doing something good against another team's offense, well, then we have to expect that.
This is big time college football. The guys across from us aren't slouches.
Right.
They're going to make plays. So, but all in all in the game, yes, we only scored 10 points. We're going to get to that because I do got some stuff. But all in all, I thought the offensive line did a great job.
Mm-hmm. You can see improvement.
You can see
there's always room for work. There's always room to get better. But again, that's why we have a coaching staff, and that's why they don't take 6 days off a week.
Correct. They have gotten better every week. I saw improvement in Tommy's decision making this week that has gotten better every week.
Yep.
And, I know that people want it and they want it now. And unfortunately, that's just not how this works.
Right.
That's not the reality. We're not Alabama who reloads with 3 deep 5 stars. Mm-hmm. It's not who we are. Kids that come here are super talented, but are still learning.
Right.
So we get phenomenal talent.
Yeah.
And they need to learn as they go. And that's where we're at. And I'm happy with the current position this team is in.
Yeah. Football especially. And obviously we'll get to things like this more in our basketball podcast, but football especially, there is no AAU in football.
No.
There's high school football, and if you can watch any high school football game and they're entertaining and they're amazing, but there's 2 or 3 studs and then kids that love to play football.
Yeah.
So you take that talent and then you put them into college, into D1 level college. There's things they need to learn. Their body needs to learn. Their body needs to get bigger. But yeah, so those are positives.
Let me see my notes.
Let's get into some things that we can work on, or some negatives that we did see, because I promise you guys, I am trying to build my own confidence in the ability to say negative things. And I would like to start off by
you start with things we got to work on.
Right. Our discipline, the negative things, one of the negative things, of course, that stands out the most from last night was our discipline. We had 12 penalties. for 59 yards. Yeah, 12 penalties for 59 yards. 2 of them were intentional grounding.
Yep.
There were, I think, 5 false starts.
Yep.
2 of them which came on the last drive, which you can equate to noise. However, we play in the dome. We play in the loudest joint there is. So noise is something that they should be accustomed to. I believe they both came from...
Vettorello jumped once. Ryan Alexander jumped once. Same as they had back-to-back false starts in a drive in the third quarter where Ryan Alexander jumped once and Vettorello jumped once.
And some of it is inexperience. Some of it is anxious.
Sure.
But
it's a lack of discipline.
Yeah, but regardless of why they do it, I'm not making excuses for them. That is something that they need to get better on.
For sure.
Antoine
Cordy, as a sixth-year senior,
inexcusable,
needs to be able to keep his... Now, okay, so I say that because it needs to happen, and he needs to keep his attitude in check on that.
Right.
Now, we rewatched the game immediately following the game, and we're watching it. Either one play, might have been the play right before it or 2 plays before it. They throw a deep ball to Cordy's side. Cordy has really playing good D on this guy, and the guy makes a catch.
It was almost a 50-50 ball.
Right, and exactly. Like, the guy put it up, and Cordy made a good play, and the receiver just went up and got it.
And they kind of wrestled to the ground.
Yeah, and the receiver stands up over top of him and, like, flexes on him a little bit and gives him a little knee shove.
So you can understand
I know where it came from.
Right, but at the same time, that's the discipline we're talking about. Not only is a 6-year senior, but he's been off and on the team 3 times now. Mm-hmm. So you have to come to every game with I want to prove myself. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for another shot. I don't think he saw the field again after that.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
At the risk of showing my age, but I could throw a Top Gun reference out there.
Okay.
But Maverick, when he was told that his track record isn't as clean as everybody else's, that he needs to be doing it better and cleaner than the other guy, I'm gonna put that movie clip right here.
And let's not bullshit, Maverick. Your family name ain't the best in the Navy. You need to be doing it better and cleaner than the other guy. Now, what is it with you?
There it is. Yeah.
But that's where Cordy's at. He needs to be doing it better and cleaner than the other guys because he has got a track record. And the kid is so freaking talented.
He is. But, like, not to sideline from Syracuse, but that's kind of the perfect thing. Like, the actual penalty, the actual targeting that, got him excused from the NFL for a year and probably forever may not have been the worst thing he ever did. But when you have 9 things before that we can go on, A, we're looking at you.
Yeah.
B, we're not going to take even the slightest amount of crap from you. So you just, at that point, you're a leader. I expect
better from him.
You're a leader. You're probably the oldest guy on the
Dude, he's 37.
Field.
No,
but,
I'm just playing.
Again, he's a superior athlete.
Oh,
he deserves to be playing football, but at the same time, you need to lead by example.
Yeah. So, yeah, that one was inexcusable. My main man, my homie, my ace.
No.
My main man, Sterling. My main man, Sterling, kicked one out of bounds yesterday. Never happens. Never. But it's a mistake. It's not a discipline mistake. It's just a mental error. And, we had a lot of things. Everything that could have gone wrong yesterday went wrong. From Andre Schmidt hitting the upright on a 44-yarder that he's going to hit 97 times out of 100. From Evan Foster dropping a pick in the end zone that he's going to catch 97 times out of 100. To Sterling Hoffrichter kicking one out of bounds that he's going to kick inbounds 99.999% of the time.
Before yesterday, I would have said 101 times.
There's no way Sterling kicks one out of bounds. Yeah. There's no way. If you asked me yesterday, I said there's no freaking way. So those errors all compounded together to mean something. So in the discipline, mental focus realm was definitely a negative.
But
yesterday.
You and I have said this to each other before. I would rather take a game where everything goes wrong than 9 games where one thing goes wrong every game. And it may sound silly, but if you can get everything to go wrong on one night, then you can talk about it, you can look at it, you can focus it, you can fix it. if you have one thing go wrong every week, A, it might get swept under the rug and not get talked about, or B, it might be that one drive that changes something. Whereas if everything goes wrong on the same night, it just chalk it up to, holy Christmas, this just wasn't. And Waterboy Tony even said it, like when Andre shanked that.
Doinked it right off the upright.
Yeah, he goes, oh, this just isn't our night.
It's not our night.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, if against Pitt, with 2 seconds on the clock, we have a 44-yard field goal, I would bet dollars to donuts, and I like donuts, that he would make that the next 7 weeks in a row if he had to kick a game winner. Like, there's just no, it's just not something that he normally does.
Right.
All right, so my turn.
Your turn.
What's up, Mike? Me and Mike Lynch are going to have words. Mike Lynch needs to watch the podcast this week. That's what needs to happen.
Every time we called somebody out before.
I called Brian Ward out 3 weeks ago, and man, that defense was... We're going to get to them. Mike Lynch, my good buddy Mike. All right. Like she said, we stopped logging and clocking plays after the end of the first half. Because, and I will actually preamble this with a good note, his play calling in the fourth quarter was much better. His play calling in the first half was horrendous. We ran 12 running plays, 3 of which came out of the Wildcat.
Right.
No. We ran 9 running plays, 3 of which came out of the Wildcat. That left 6. Of those 6, 5 of them came on first down.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't be any more predictable. We rewatched the tape. Every first down, they put 8 in the box.
Yeah.
Every first down. Why wouldn't you? You know we're going to do it. And then as soon as we throw a pass, as soon as we throw one pass in a drive, we never run the ball again. Never. We had 2 8-play drives in the first half. The first 8-play drive, we threw the ball 8 times. No, we threw the ball 7 times. We ran it on first down through 7 straight. The next 8-play drive, we threw the ball 7 straight times and then ran it on 3rd and 37. So, whatever, it wasn't even a non-existent run. Horrendous play calling. And then, to top that off, the pass plays that we are calling, we're sending 3 guys into a route. They're
and again, the defense knows we're going to pass.
Right, they know we're going to pass.
So they only put in your standard 7.
Right, and then they're dropping the linebackers off, so they're rushing 3 or 4. So, which is a part of the reason that Tommy had all day to throw.
Right.
But tight ends didn't go out into routes. Aaron Hackett, who has shown his worth, I don't think he caught a pass. Actually, I'm almost positive he didn't catch a pass.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
And the passes that we threw were either lateral, swing pass, screen pass, quick throws, or they were 25-plus downfield. All of the intermediate throws in the first half weren't really even there.
Yeah.
They weren't even called. So, third quarter was a little bit better. Fourth quarter is where we got to see a lot of the intermediate passes.
Right.
And we saw some
And
to
they
Sean
worked.
Riley, and they worked. We saw, a 9-yard pass turn into a 15-yard gain for Tristan. Cam Jordan caught a 5-yard completion that turned into a 12-yard gain.
We can't wait 3 quarters for adjustments. We just
No,
can't. That's a reason.
we
That's
can't.
why you have a headset.
That's why I have a headset. And we need to stick to those because I'll tell you, when Tommy is in rhythm and in the last drive of the first half and into the second half, when he was in 3 and 5 step drops and he hits the top of his drop and is decisive with the ball, he's elite.
Yeah, and
that's
his
2 words.
his
elite.
His quick, like shovel passes and things like that, they look good
They look
too.
good. The shovel passes look good. The screens look good. Intermediate routes look good. And when you can connect on the intermediate routes, it opens up your deep game. And unfortunately, that's not what happened yesterday until it was too late.
Yeah.
Until it was too late. So, I expect better from Mike Lynch going forward. I was thirsty. I expect better from Mike Lynch. The play calling in my mind was our biggest problem. I believe, and I think I said this, that he did not put the team, the offense, in a position to win the game.
Right.
So, get on who you want, when you want, how you want, I guess. But for my money, Mike Lynch was the issue yesterday. Mm-hmm. Just like Brian Ward was 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. He's now gotten his act together. My man B-Dubs. My main man B-Dubs. So now it's Mike Dubs.
Mike Dubs.
No, Mike Lynch. Now it's Mike's turn to get his act together and get some better play calling in there. Is that all we had for negatives?
One other negative, and I've kind of thrown around how I wanted to approach this. I've wanted to say it for a couple weeks, so I guess I'm just going to say it. I don't think that... So, okay, as a fan base... All right, sorry. As a fan base, we see the offense differently, obviously, than we see it last year. So, at some point, I would like for people to realize that there's also somebody else that we really miss from the offense from last year. And that's Dante.
Yes.
Stat lines sometimes made people not see him for the player that he was and that he is, and that I hope that he will come to be. He's not the explosive running back. He's not the running back but his football IQ, his ability, the running back is the one that goes to the line and calls the blocking schemes. Mm-hmm. So when the quarterback sees what's going on and any changes in the defense is making, so does the running back. And it's the running back's job to go to the O-line and say, and call out that blocking scheme. His ability to read the blitzes, his ability to change play calls was second to none. Yeah. His football IQ, it never got enough credit.
No, and
we
just like you
missed
said,
that.
Too many people will look at the box score the next day and say, "Oh, Dante Strickland had 4 carries for 16 yards and no catches."
Because the stat line doesn't show that he had 7 blocks and that he opened up routes. And
we miss him in blitz pickups.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Yeah.
And it makes a difference.
Right. Abdul and Mo are incredible running backs, and they...
Incredible.
Yeah, they bring a level of athleticism that we need on this team. But I would like to see them step up a little bit more in the other part of a job of a running back.
Yes.
The ability to read the blitz, the ability for the blocking schemes, the ability to see a tackle or to catch a tackle. Like, there's just things that kind of go by the wayside because we watch a football game to watch the ball and to watch the drive and to watch the score. Mm-hmm. So much else is going on, and that's what Dante brought to this team.
So yeah, definitely a shout out to Dante Strickland, and he is missed offensively on this team, not for his skill position ability. He was a hard-nosed thumping runner, mm-hmm. but so was Abdul Adams, so was Darby Howard. So we don't miss his running ability.
Right.
We miss his play calling in the backfield. We miss his blitz pickups. We miss a lot of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just when we're watching, remember that there are still pieces missing from last year mm-hmm. that do make a difference.
Right. It's not just we graduated 2 offensive linemen.
Right.
We also graduated one of the best football IQ running backs
in college football.
Yeah.
There's a reason he was 54 mm-hmm. with Arizona this year. It's because he could play the game.
Yeah.
He could play the game. So just remember that as you talk about what this team is missing from last year. Yes, Eric was a legend, and the Warrior will always be a legend. But there's more than just him missing from mm-hmm. this team. So moving...
that was pretty much the offense. There were a few positives. There
were positives.
Yeah, there were positives. But, again, there are definitely things that we saw that need to be worked on and that we need to focus on for next week.
Discipline and play calling. Mm-hmm. And Dino and Mike, those are on you.
Yeah.
For my money.
Yeah.
Those are on you. Defense,
I feel like is all positive.
I'm down. I'm down for the all positive.
So, North Carolina scored 1 touchdown yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was a trick play. And
garbage. They were scared to death.
Yeah, so when your only touchdown that you score is on a trick play, again, that's going to happen. But they had to result to a trick to score on us.
Oh, yeah.
Every other time they got in the red zone, we held them to a field goal. Even the time that Cordy cost us,
We gave him 4 more plays.
we gave him 4 more plays from the 5, and we still held them to a field goal.
And almost had a pick. Mm-hmm. Evan, I'm looking at you.
So, I mean, yeah, there are numerous people that we could call out on the defense that did their job. The one play that we watched a couple of times where Kendall literally ran 100 yards in one play. And
Yeah, that play sticks out in my mind. And the Eric Coley hit.
the Eric Coley hit was gorgeous. Yeah.
Because I tell you, they had a good play call there. And Coley made a great play. That screen, it was a loop screen. The running back came around, looped back in front, and Coley saw it and picked it up. That kid caught the ball, never stood a chance.
Yeah.
Great. What a great. And shoulder to shoulder. Like,
Oh, it was a
great
super
hit.
clean hit, yeah.
Great hit.
Harper had the tip that ended up being an Army turnover.
Yeah, and then we saw him today, and you
I did, but I did send him a tweet.
You did tweet him, yeah.
I did tweet him that I clammed up and I couldn't give him the love that he deserved today when we saw him.
Yeah, he definitely did.
But yeah, Andrew got a pick, which was gorgeous. Andrew also didn't bite on the RPO that North Carolina tried to run, and
on 3rd and 3 to end the game. They get that first down, game's over.
Yeah.
We never see the ball again. He held his position, watched the quarterback pulled the ball out, Andrew stuck him, and then drove him. That was a great play. That was great assignment football. Great assignment football.
Trill.
He doesn't get enough credit.
He doesn't get nearly enough credit.
He doesn't get the credit he deserves. That kid is a good freaking football
He's a
player.
great football player, and then also it was the okay. So when after North Carolina got back on the 5, after Cordy had his penalty, it was 1 or 2 plays into the drive. They threw it into the end zone, and I can't remember. Was it Frederick?
Oh, I think it was Scoop.
Was it? Okay, yeah, maybe it was. Again, like kind of a tousle in the end zone a little bit, and Trill ran right over and grabbed him.
Maturity.
Not that Scoop was going to do anything, but Trill was just, he's got his man, he's got his guy. It's a team. I'm just going to pull you back a little bit. Yeah, he doesn't get nearly the amount of credit that.
Yeah.
However, I will not give him credit for still not signing our towel.
Towel's right here, bro. Towel's right there. Gotta sign the towel, Brent. Yeah, Trill doesn't get enough credit for the type of football player that he is and for how he plays a great game. So shout out to Trill, and I will tweet him again today. Need my towel signed. Yeah, Trill had a great game. Army had a great game. Defensive line played all the way around played a great game.
Yeah.
But from Kendall to Elton, Josh Black, Chris Elmore, and there's one I'm missing and I can't think of his name right now. 57. He had a freaking phenomenal game.
Kingsley.
Kingsley, yes. Jeez, Louise, I just drawn a blank. Thank you.
I got you.
He had a great game yesterday.
Again, brains.
Apparently, and smarts.
Right.
So defense played a great game all the way around. So, not a whole lot to talk about there.
I wonder, and right, yeah, there's not a lot to talk about in the defense, and instead of just throwing sunshine and rainbows for 30 minutes when we don't have to, I kind of want to go back to the offense for a quick second.
Okay. Did I miss something?
No. It won't. Nobody will talk about it, which I completely respect the privacy of players. I almost feel like eventually we're going to see post-game conferences go away because
the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, like there's the players and the coaches. They're not going to throw anybody under the bus. Not then. They haven't had a chance to go back and watch anything. No. And the media's only job is to bait them to throw somebody under the bus.
Yeah.
So at some point, like that post-game conference thing. Sorry.
You're good.
I talk a lot with my hands.
It
just becomes
too.
Duh.
Go ahead.
It becomes a cow's opinion, a moot point.
Yes.
But I think Tommy's hurt.
Tommy's kind of hurt.
Yeah.
He's not just like he's not banged up.
Right.
And kudos to Tommy for being in the press conference. Just it's just bumps and bruises.
Because it's not our business what's going on with him.
Right.
We feel like it is. We feel entitled to know because we want to label what's going on to one thing or another. But it really isn't our business to know. If they want to put it out there, certainly go ahead and put it out there. But if they don't want to put it out there, that's cool too.
But he was clearly hurt today.
Yeah.
Not banged up, not bumps and bruises and
Yesterday.
dings. Yesterday.
I mean, maybe he is today too.
Oh, he's still hurt today. He's definitely still hurt today.
He
It
had a lot of
appeared
extra
to be-
padding, like
yeah.
his midsection.
Yeah, it appeared to be up in here. And in the first half, he was very shy to take a hit.
Yeah.
And it was creating some nervous feet.
Mm-hmm.
By the second half, when game juices got flowing through him and the play calling got better.
Well, yeah, once your adrenaline starts kicking in, you almost
Right.
don't feel the pain as much.
And I'll tell you, for as hurt as he clearly is, in that final drive, we had a 4th and 7 that he got flushed out of the pocket, couldn't find an open guy, came to the bottom of the screen because we weren't there, so I don't know which side of the field that was. Came towards the bottom of the screen, knew where the first down was, and there was 2 guys there, and injury and all, put it on the line.
Yeah.
And those are the plays as a man that earn you locker room respect,
Right.
that create leaders of boys, and that will circle the wagons from your teammates.
Yeah, and I mean, the one thing that we did get out of the post game, and you said like this was going to be a defining moment. He owned that last drive sack.
He did.
He owned it. He said, you know,
In his
the
post-game
last
press
thing I should
conference.
have done, the last thing I wanted to do that drive was to take the sack. I knew better.
That for me was a defining moment
Yeah,
for him as
ownership
a
is
player.
everything.
He owned it. He knew it. He knew it when it happened, but still had game presence of mind enough to get up, get to the line, and draw North Carolina State offsides, even though they called a false start penalty. Bullshit. Horrible call. Had the presence of mind to get there, and we had a playoff.
Yeah.
There was a play running.
Playoff.
Playoffs? I'm putting that up there, too.
Playoffs? We'll talk about
so-
playoffs.
Yeah, there's a maturity that he's coming around, and I love to see it. And he'll never badmouth anybody.
No.
So don't worry, Tommy. I will do it for you. Hey, Mike Lynch, I'm still talking to you.
He's certainly not going to badmouth his coach.
Don't worry about it. I got this. Yeah, Tommy played a hell of a game for a kid who was hurt.
Yeah.
29 of 39 for 300 yards. And
let's not sugarcoat it. The kid went to the ground a lot.
yeah.
So if you're already not feeling great and you get knocked around by not small dudes.
Right. He's going to be sore.
Right. And it also kind of shows a little bit, like there was a couple plays where you could tell the pocket was good and then, the pocket broke a little bit, but you could tell there was 4 or 5 steps before somebody got to him. Those are the plays where you want to see your quarterback, you want to see your leader still sling
Deliver
the ball.
a pass.
Yeah. And there was a couple plays where he didn't. And it might have, and it was more so in the first.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that had to do with the injury.
Right. Like
you can't step up and deliver that throw. And you'll see guys in the NFL and in, D1 and everywhere across the board do this. Pocket's good. The pocket, you can only block somebody for so long.
Right.
Pocket breaks, a guy's coming as a receiver gets open, and that quarterback steps in and delivers the pass knowing he's going to take a hit.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Tommy couldn't do that because if he took a solid one, might have ended his day.
Right. So instead of slinging it, he had to take that second to protect himself.
Or to try to
coming.
run around and get himself more available to go down.
The feet you saw with him yesterday were less to do with the time. Yes, in the beginning of the season, there were timing issues. And the feet you saw with him were because he didn't have it. He was running. Yesterday, he wasn't running for his life.
No.
The protection was there, but when the protection broke and the play didn't happen,
the injury will speed up your internal clock.
Exactly.
So, the injury is a thing, and we're going to have to just keep monitoring it as we go forward, although I have zero doubt in his toughness.
Right.
If he's available to play, he will play.
Yeah.
I have no doubt in Tommy's ability to take the field
And-
and lead the team.
Right, and whether or not he wants to disclose his injury, if barring that there is one, when he comes out pregame and says, I'm ready to go, that has nothing to do with whether he's got a boo-boo or no boo-boo. That is mental. I'm ready to go.
I said I wasn't going to do this today. I'm going rogue, babe.
Okay, but brief.
All right, brief rogue.
Brief rogue.
Possibly
Okay.
the reason that he doesn't want to disclose the injury is because every time an athlete discloses an injury, social media warriors will call that he's just looking for an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? It's safer sometimes to just not tell people. And then you know what happens when you don't tell people? People on social media be like, well, why doesn't he tell us?
Yeah.
You know why? Because you're horrible humans and you're going to say he's looking for an excuse.
Right.
That's why. That's all.
Okay.
That's my quick rant. Where are we at? What's next?
So that was the defense.
That was the defense. We talked about Tommy.
Yep. Yeah. So,
So what do we got to work on?
yeah.
All right, babe. What if you could pick one thing in the next, because they have 8 days between game to game. It's not a week. We have an extra day. If you could pick one thing that you want them to work on between this week and next week, what's it going to be?
I'm throwing the laundry. There's laundry on the field. I am throwing my red
challenge. We should have put a rubber band around it
Yeah,
right here
we
like
should.
this.
I
This.
am challenging knee-jerk reactions, specifically from the man I call my husband. I am challenging you in your knee-jerk reaction during the live action game, even a little bit into the post-game Facebook Live. You were a little bit more reserved at that point.
Yeah, people who watched that thought that was the more reserved function.
But yeah, especially coming from us, because we do take the time to rewatch and to look at things in a slower modality. So I am challenging you in the next before the Pitt game to reel in your knee-jerk reaction and to actually watch the play, understand the play, figure out the play before you call anyone out.
So, upon further review, the ruling in the House is overturned. All right.
Hashtag happy wife, happy life.
Okay, so
No,
during the
hashtag
game,
don't be a dick.
hashtag don't be a dick. And I wasn't a dick.
No,
I was
you
not a
weren't.
dick. But I will admit to
Getting caught up.
I got caught up in the social media mob frenzy of Facebook and Twitter. And I wasn't tweeting and I wasn't commenting. I was just reading, and I was allowing the social media posts to influence my mentality during the game. And I will call myself to the mat and say that that's not who I am. I'm a man who makes my own decisions, and I have my own thought processes. I have process I. So I allowed myself to get caught up in the back and forth of social media about whose fault, who's to blame, who's horrible. And you know what? Thank God we sat and we rewatched the game last night. Because as soon as we got done,
Not even.
right halfway through the game, I pulled back and said, you know what? I didn't attack anybody, but I wanted to go back on social media, especially Twitter, and just start blowing people up. Because what happens is somebody posts or tweets, and then somebody comments. And if that comment agrees with the tweet, then another person comments.
Yeah.
And then it snowballs and spirals. Because then somebody who may have thought they saw something believes that their thought is now correct.
Yeah.
Because all these other people agree with them, not knowing whether or not any of these people have any football knowledge whatsoever.
After a play, instead of picking up your phone and using your thumbs to bash someone, pick up your remote
And rewind
and
it.
rewind.
I bet you 80% of you have a DVR box.
Yeah. pick up your remote. To rewind and rewatch the play is going to take a shorter amount of time than picking up your phone and posting a comment and hitting send.
Actually, you know what's really cool? When you rewind and rewatch a play.
You can pause it.
Yep, you can do all those things. And then you play and you watch the game. You know what happens when you go to commercial break?
You can skip through it.
You can fast forward through it because you've been watching plays.
Right.
So, yeah, I encourage people to do that before you pick up and tweet. I definitely got myself caught up in the social media mob, and I'm not proud of it. So I will call myself to the mat.
So that's what you need to work on for next week.
Yep, that's what I need to work on.
Syracuse needs to work on discipline.
So, as do I.
Right. Duh. Yeah. My husband, as do my children in orange.
Hi, Joe.
My children in orange and my husband all have to work on discipline. You can all do it. You are all completely capable of doing it.
I do it all the time. I was surprised at myself that I got caught up.
Yeah, you
So-
often listen to me and correct your mistakes. So this is just another one of those times where heed my words
Right.
and fix your shit. Jackass.
I'll fix your shit. All right, so what do we got left? We got game balls?
Yes, game balls.
We're going to give out the clap. Who's going to get the clap today?
Get your penicillin ready. My game ball is going to go to Army.
Has to. I get that.
Yeah. My game ball
He had
definitely goes to Army.
Such an amazing game.
Not only did he have an amazing game, his name was said on primetime TV numerous times, which I know put a humongous smile on his mommy's face.
Yeah.
I'm sure as it did his daddy and his sister. But I'm a mommy, so yeah, she was ear to ear. I'm sure he had a great game. He was focused. He showed leadership. He knows his role on the team, not only as a linebacker but also as a leader, also as a teacher, and he did everything that you would want a senior defensive man linebacker to do.
Remember after Maryland when we had the worst linebacking core in the country and they should just
I
quit
personally
football?
don't remember that because I never saw that.
I saw it.
But I mean, we had a defense that needed to work on things.
Yeah, and the spiral mentality is.
Well, I saw people talking about it. I just personally didn't witness the worst defense in.
Oh yeah.
D1.
No. I saw
Yeah.
the social media
Yeah.
tweets and posts. Our linebacking core is the worst in the country.
I heard
And then
that-
our defense is the worst in the
Yeah.
country. And we'll never beat anybody if we can't stop anybody.
I heard there were 12 teams represented last night.
Yeah, NFL teams.
For scouting, and I have a feeling all 12 of them wrote down number 12 Andrew Armstrong.
Yeah. All right, so
So your game ball.
I'm going to give the clap to Sean Riley.
Yeah. What
so-
a stud muffin.
I think he had 6 catches for 50-something yards.
Mm-hmm.
Statistically, didn't look like the biggest game ever. In the fourth quarter, he was the go-to guy on those intermediate routes. Previous to that, and we've talked about this in podcasts before, at 5'8", 5'9", 185 pounds, he is a blocking machine in the open field. He made a block on a DeVito scramble that gave him a first down. He made a block on a Mo Neal screen
Yeah,
that gave him a first down.
Yeah. He is trying to fill in the post-snap role of what we're missing from Dante.
Yep, as best he can
As
because
best
he's
he
8
can.
yards downfield.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, he's not doing, you couldn't Freddie Mercury.
Right. But he runs
Screen by screen,
runs
but-
good routes. He is sure-handed.
He plays with heart.
He plays with heart.
Oh,
the
gosh.
kid is super talented, and he had it as his best game of the year so far. I know he had a touchdown in Maryland, but for my money, this was his best game of the year.
Yeah.
So, my game ball goes to Sean Riley.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal game from Sean.
I like it.
So, those are our shout-outs, Army and Sean. And that's all we got for right now, right?
That's all we got, yeah.
We're going to potentially record another one this weekend for basketball.
But yeah, we'll put it out a couple days.
Right, yeah, but we won't put it out till Tuesday or Wednesday. We don't want to inundate you with stuff. It's a big word.
Yeah. And let's get ready for Pip.
And let's get ready for Pitt.
It's a Friday night game.
7 days. Less than 7 days from right now, we'll be doing a live post game. Mm-hmm. Time is it? Holy crap. All right, guys. That's all we got for you today. As always, from Cuse Yourself Podcast, bleed orange and go. Time out. You can't cheers me with an empty glass.
Oh, God, chivalry is not dead.
Right?
Oh, my heart.
I open doors and pull out chairs and stuff.
Oh, heavens, Betsy.
All right, guys. From all of us here at Cuse Yourself Podcast, as always, bleed orange and go Cuse Yourself. Wedge heads.
Yes! I did it! I did it! Yay! I did it!
Cheers. Get your freaking flag out of here. That was abuse. I didn't even turn the recorder off yet.